Danny goes, you know what you should do, Bear? You should just get the worm like this. And he picked up his long worm, a gap in his teeth, and he went, you just suck it like this. And I remember we all looked at him, looked at each other, and he goes, they'll love it.
Wednesday, February the 5th, is when a brand new TV show starts on Netflix. It drops. Boom, like out of a helicopter.
Yeah.
It is the new Bear Grylls show. And guess who's here to talk about it? Mr. Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Morning.
Nice to be with you all.
How are you?
Surviving.
That's all we can hope for.
I was listening to you guys as I was coming in.
Oh.
And can we apologise?
I was mindful of two things.
Go on.
Oh, here we go.
Not having a limp handshake for you.
Yeah. Proper. I imagined you'd have a very firm handshake. And
then suddenly sort of being filled with nerves listening to you guys go, he's got what's his weakness? And just, I have so many.
Oh, really? Good.
So many, yeah. Just.
What are they? No.
Are you ticklish?
Ticklish? I'm quite ticklish.
Yeah, you are. Aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know. I just I actually really struggle with some of that because I think everyone's always like, I think the TV shows always make everything out to be all kind of,
Oh, it's like
and it's like, then the natural thing is like,
Of course.
I kind of, I'm not sure I like that. And it's like,
absolutely.
And therefore,
yeah.
I don't know, I struggle with so many things, as the honest. I actually much less self-assured than the TV shows I think make out.
Right.
So sometimes sort of arrive a little bit on the back foot, feeling like, you know, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying. I know because
Anyway.
especially with this show, it's making it out like you're Rambo.
Yeah.
You know, like you're almost a crazed man dropped in the forest going, ah! Help me! Ah! And, you know, and obviously, that, you know, when I first saw you, it was like survival tips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, where you weren't
Which we still do. Well, we still do those shows and love that. But I think it's good in life, isn't it? You've got to keep, first of all, doing your best.
Of course.
Secondly, pushing the boundaries, trying to create new stuff. And I know I'm actually really proud of Bear Hunt because it's, you know, it's you've never seen a show like this before. It's a whole different dynamic. And
So the idea of the show is you hunt and kill and eat bears, and then you smear yourselves in the blood, and then you pick up celebrities.
Yeah. And Netflix went for it.
no.
You feed Scary Spice to bears, and then they just eat her.
That's a spin-off show.
Yeah.
So is it a load of celebs? Because I saw you talk about it the other day on telly, but I only caught like the half of it, the end half, so I missed the top. Is it you hunting the celebs?
Basically,
Right.
I take 12 celebrities to the jungle, have 18 days to hunt them and track them down. Right. And along the way, teach them a load of stuff and put them through various challenges. And yeah, it's good fun. It's not solving the problems of the world.
Doesn't matter.
That's what we need, though, isn't it? Escapism.
I would win it.
Yeah, well, you would be good. I
tell you, I would win it.
You're a survivor.
That's quite a
I wouldn't
bold
be
claim.
good. No, because I wouldn't be good.
Right.
But I'd win it because I'd be so scared that I'm really good at being scared. You'd never find me.
Well, it's funny because some of the celebs at the start would just go to ground and hide.
Yeah, hide, yeah.
And it's like,
It's not great
you'll
telly.
survive for a while.
Yeah.
But to get out, you've got to take risks. And the sort of game of survival and everything is all about managing risk. When do you push? When do you hold back? Trust that inner voice a little bit.
Yes.
And when you go, you got to really go. And then you got to hold. And it's like, so going to ground will work for a while.
I've already thought this through. Let's say I was on this particular lineup, right? So I'd pal up with someone like Big Zoo, right? Then I'd kill him and then I'd eat him.
Oh.
Now, he would keep me going
Right.
for a few weeks there.
I think cannibalism is, frowned upon.
Anything to win, Dom. Anything to win.
Right.
Anything to
And then
win.
in the end, Bear's like, all right, Chris, seriously now, come out.
Yeah.
And I come out all dishevelled, covered in blood and bits of Big Zoo, going, did I win? And then I get arrested and go to jail.
Go to jail, yeah.
That could be series 2.
Yeah.
Series 2, we've got it.
So where is it filmed?
So in Costa Rica.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
with
nice.
the lovely Holly Willoughby as a sort of co-host for it, who was amazing. And
Yeah.
she's a great light, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely
she's
lady.
And it's a great lineup. Have you got the photo of the lineup of everyone together? I saw it the other night when you were on the One Show, and I looked at it and I did that thing. Don't worry, this isn't bad. And the poster's so touched up. I'm looking at it going, I don't recognise anybody on that list. And then we're like, that's Boris Becker? Oh my, that's Shirley Ballas? And then I'm like, actually, I know loads of people on there.
Yeah, it's a good lineup, isn't it?
Well, the poster, you're right, the poster looks like... And actually, they all arrive on day one looking immaculate.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's actually the part that I really love, because everyone's like... it's all like perfect and manicured.
Just you wait.
And then we have these sort of huge, like, Jurassic Park gates that go into this, like, bear pit area of jungle that's like where the gloves are off, you know, and
absolutely.
the snakes and the crocodiles, everything running rampant. And then they emerge out of the gates at the end of each hunt, and they just look like they've literally been dragged through. You know?
Yeah.
And then I kind of like it, because now the adventure begins. Here we go. Your clothes are ripped. You got snot, blood and mud smeared everywhere. Welcome to the jungle.
It's very real.
We're in. We're in.
So there you go. So there's the lineup. So there's Steph McGovern on the bottom, which I didn't realise she was on it.
Yeah.
Una Healy's in it. Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Now, I know you don't want to give away any spoilers, but do you kill him? Does he die?
Dead.
Oh, brilliant.
What a way to break the news.
Finally!
Which episode?
No, I'm joking. There's no killing involved.
That's good.
But Lawrence, he was great. He was great. He was strong, and he laughed. He could laugh at himself. He could laugh at everything. I think having a good sense of humour when you're tired and feeling a bit beaten up is like gold. It's like in terms of survival, that is gold.
Sort of
and
gallows humour,
he's got such a great gallows humour. He's got that.
So talk me through the format, because obviously I've seen clips and there's people doing lots of different things. So it's not just everybody hide and you go. It's not basically real life hide and seek.
So well, you know, having said that, my wife did say that when I got home. She goes, so basically, let me get this straight. I spend millions
to make celebrity hide and seek.
It's basically a very expensive, elaborate game of hide and seek.
We pitched hide and seek years ago.
We actually did as a TV show.
Paul Daniels was up for it, wasn't it? The first thing he asked was, how much?
Yeah.
There you go.
But
the thing is, I do think in life, I mean, all of us have done enough in this media world for over many years to realise, you know, generally they're all the same things mixed up in different ways. The same 4 or 5 ideas. I mean, this one's maybe a little bit more left field in the sense that we're hunting the down. But so how does it work? It works. We have a camp, and that's a kind of decompression space. I come in, I do some training with them, and then we put them through a challenge. Yeah. And those that lose the challenge, basically then the next day enter the bear pit, where they get chased and tracked down by me. And if I catch them, sometimes I catch, so maybe 4 or 5 go in. Maybe I catch 2 or 3, and then I'll pick one who will be then helicopter will come, line come down, and out they go, and we never see them.
How much space are we talking about when they go to the bear
probably
pit?
a couple of square miles of amazing rainforest full of, you know, for real. I mean, the legit bit is like, you know, I'm saying to them off camera as well as on camera, yeah, you got to really be mindful in this place. We can't strip it of snakes and crocs. The whole play, you've got to be really careful. Forget the TV. You've got to have an eye out for each other, and they've each got a crew with them, and it's, you know, it's a full-on environment. And then they go back full of kind of war stories to their camp, recover, and then next day it goes again.
It's full on, isn't it?
And without spoilers, is the catch moment? Obviously, I'm pitching a big net. Do you like rugby tackle them? Like, it's this big moment.
It's basically a mix of rugby tackling, nets, pits,
traps.
You know, the hot traps.
Yeah.
We got a great one we called, all the crew called the child catcher.
Oh, that sounds lovely, Bear.
Yeah. Where it's like, basically, to get out, because the whole area is fenced. Yeah. But you can't just go to an exit, like a tunnel or whatever. You've got to then find tools to be able to get out, like a spade or pliers or whatever it is. Yeah. So I kind of tended to put dummies of those and traps and trip wires, loads of, and the baboon monkeys are going crazy, and it's like, I love it. It's like, this is really fun.
Now,
this is your happy place.
I like the sound of it, and I've just seen a little clip which is like it's riddled me with fear, and it wasn't Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. But let me take a break. Let me take a break and then come back, because I want to talk more about the show as well. And mate, I'm looking forward to it. So it starts today. It's out on Netflix
8
today.
8 a.m, 200 countries at the same time, just launched.
There you are. Can I call you Teddy? Can I call you Teddy Bear?
Sure, yeah.
Hi, Teddy Bear.
Does everyone call you
creepy.
Bear? I mean, I guess everyone calls you Bear, but no other names.
No.
Bear it is.
I'm sure he gets called a few names when he's at home.
Wow,
that's true.
You're going away for another 3 weeks, are you? Brilliant. You want to be at home doing some laundry? He's not Bear in my eyes, Dom. He's a He's a B word, but it ain't bear. We were talking about, so I was just saying, looking at the trailer for this new show. This is Celebrity Bear Hunt. It's out now on Netflix with Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls basically hunts and kills Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen and then shouts, "Who's next?" It's a great show. But there's one bit in it, and I guess there are challenges along the way. And there's one where it looks like people just have to walk across a rope bridge. Okay, I'm out. I mean, that's it. I'm out.
Heights isn't
no
great
good
for you, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Wobbly rope bridges are not very good.
But you know, you've skydived over a helicopter.
I have, yeah. But
so how was that for your fear of heights?
The fee for that is great. So it's amazing.
So you got over your fear of heights, yeah.
But it is that thing of.
Did that help it?
When you do I'm a Celeb, you have to cross that bloody bridge all the time. Whenever you leave camp to do a challenge, there's 2 rope bridges. So the first time you do it, you're across the bridge, it's a bit wobbly and everything like that, and they film you. But the 4th time, they don't even film you going over the bridge anymore. They're like, come on, let's go. But it's still a wobbly bridge.
Yeah.
And the bottom of it is just like ladders.
It looks really
tied together.
Skimpy, yeah.
And you go, I thought this was like a massive TV production. Your rope bridge has got barely wood.
Well, a lot of them are broken as well. That's the fun part. You've got to figure it out. But I like these type of survival where things are going wrong. You're in the moment. You're up against it. Time pressure. You got to improvise. You got to adapt. You got to figure out a way, and that's the fun part.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone. I used to have a great T-shirt. You say adventure only happens when things start to go wrong.
Right.
And it's like the survival I grew up with as a kid watching on TV was always very kind of controlled, and you know, good survival says take no risks, stay put, wait for rescue. We'll whittle the kind of spoon. But I kind of love the stuff which is like nobody's ever going to know you're missing. Your kids are in trouble. You got 30 miles to cover. You got 1 boot, a roll of gaffer tape, and you've just found a dead squirrel on the floor. What are you going to do?
It sounds like you when you're in your man cave at home, Dom.
It is, yeah. I mean, that's the news you've just described there, Ben. Yeah, absolutely, because you've got to
push yourself.
Ad lib, haven't you? Basically,
you've got to figure it out. And also, it's not always going to work, and it's going to be rough. And it's like the thing of good enough is good enough. So it doesn't have to be like shelters, or it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of get in.
Yeah, whatever works at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you: what can't you do?
So much.
Like, can you?
I mean, it's actually more the other way round, which is somehow, thank the Lord, I've found a job doing about the only thing I'm very able to do. And even that, I preface by saying there are better skydivers, better climbers, better adventure and survival people in the world. I meet them all day, every day in my world. You know, I am like the really average one. And I feel so lucky to have found a job I can do, and it's about the only thing I can do relatively okay.
Have you ever changed a car battery?
I'm okay at that sort of thing.
Right.
But again, not brilliant, but okay.
Have you ever cooked a pie from scratch?
Good question.
It was rough.
Really?
Okay.
But I have.
There's got to be something,
Do
Dom.
you play a musical instrument?
Yeah.
I think Shara would say my DIY is like is functional and works and is great, but she goes, it's never level.
Right.
It works for it works on the same principle of the TV shows, and it's going to keep you alive for a night.
Right.
But you're not going to want to live in it forever.
It's rustic DIY that you do.
Rustic DIY.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Can you change a light bulb?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Right, okay. That's good.
Can you smoke a cigarette?
Yeah, well, I can, and I have done many times.
Yeah.
I mean, all our crew, especially in the old days, always used to smoke through the jungle, and
slight fire hazard there as well.
It was great. I actually met our first ever AD, who's an ex-paratrooper called Danny Kane, legend of a guy, gap in the middle of his teeth, hard as nails. You know, we smoked 30 roll-ups a day, just like one hand in the jungle, raining. I'd be climbing down stuff. He couldn't have been less impressed. He'd be radio one hand, rolling a cigarette in a rainstorm in the other hand. You know, it was like, I met his son the other day when we were on tour in Australia, and I told him some of these stories. It's like so fun for me to meet someone's son and tell them. He was the first guy that said to me, when I remember finding some worms, I was digging out some worms, and I was showing, like, technically you shouldn't just eat worms because it's going to, you should purge it in 24 hours and ideally dry it and then crumble up the worm into
of course,
but it was all quite slow and boring. Yeah. And Danny goes, you know what you should do, Bear? You should just get the worm like this. And he picked up a long worm, a gap in his teeth, and he went, you just suck it like this. And I remember we all looked at him, looked at each other, and he goes, they'll love it. And actually, Danny, I talk about shoulders of giants in all our lives. Right. Danny, I owe so much. Without Danny, he was right. And that's when we started, like, just grab stuff, bugs, grubs, let's do it, keep moving. It's a mess, just trip over, leave it in there, keep going.
I am never going to his house for dinner.
Absolutely.
Well, it's right. I think that's a fair assessment of Danny King.
Do you like worms? Well, I've got loads of them. Suck in.
Suck them up.
Really nice to meet you. Good luck with the show. It's going to be great. I genuinely can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix. It's called Celebrity Bear Hunt. It is out now, hosted by Bear Grylls and Holly Willoughby. Holly Willoughby's got the easiest gig out of everyone on that show, isn't she? Well, all she's got to do is turn up in the morning and go, right, what are we doing? All right, off you go. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye. Lovely.
See you when you get back.
You come back covered in mud and blood and bits of dead bear. Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen's eyebrows on you or whatever it is. And she's like that, doing her nails. How was it? You have a good day? How was filming? Lovely. Celebrity Bear Hunt is out now on Netflix. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thanks,
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Bear Grylls.
Radio X.